Also, last night, Turner Movie Classics was James Garner Day, and they blocked that channel because again, their contract from DirecTV, it's Comcast, Dish Network, which were trying to renew their contract, and that all the advertisement was gone, and we did not celebrate James Garner Day. It was James Garner Day on Turner Movie Classic. I mean, talk about freedom. I mean, James Garner was actually in the military. Okay, he was actually in the military, and we couldn't watch any of his programs at all last night. You told me if that's not having our freedom being ripped up from us, what is? Go ahead, Clint Didier.
You're exactly right. I mean, they're taking our founding fathers out of this educational system. That's why I said, if they're not going to teach history, we will repeat it. And
Right.
Our founders warned us of this. In fact, when you look back in history, our founders only looked at the 700 years of history prior to the creation of this great country of America.
Right.
They looked through the Magna Carta. They looked through all those documents, and that's where they derived the information to create our Declaration, our Constitution, and our Bill of Rights. And this is why this country is so special, because it was thoroughly thought through, and it was divine intervention with God that they created this. And freedom is the sole aspect of it, our individual liberty. And when we can't watch our heroes, such as the actor that you were speaking of,
James Garner.
Him, because he's a hero. One of my heroes just passed away in my neighborhood. His name was Chris Chrisman. He flew 71 missions in World War II in a B-26 bomber.
Oh, I got to meet that guy.
Missions.
Hey, guess what? I got to meet.
He just passed away. He was 93 years old, and before every mission, he prayed to God that he wouldn't kill any innocent people.
Yeah.
The bomb that he was dropping.
I got to meet that guy 10 years ago.
Till his death.
I got a picture with this guy 10 years ago, Clint. Clint, I had this guy 10 years ago. I didn't know that. I'm glad you told me that story because I met the guy. This is in 2004. I got to meet the guy 10 years ago.
Chris Chrisman.
Yeah, Chris Chrisman. Yeah, he's a wonderful guy. I got to talk with him for 20 minutes. Unbelievable. And this guy, I mean, he flew the B-24, the B-25. This guy did not want to harm any civilians. The only thing he wanted to do was just crush the enemy. That's all he wanted. He prayed to God that he would not do that.
That's right. He prayed that he would not kill any innocent people. And when they demonized Americans, that we're evil and that all we wanted is to destroy, no.
Right.
We stand up for the Christians. We stand up for liberty. We stand up for freedom.
Right.
And we want that spread across the world. And I had to correct the teacher down here at our last debate. He said we're a democracy. And I said, no, we're not.
Uh-huh.
We are a representative republic. We are a government of laws.
Right.
There's a big difference between a democracy and a republic. A democracy, 20 elected people could go in the back room and vote to take everything you own.
Right.
It's not a democracy. We are a republic. And people got to know the difference. And our educational system is letting us down big time because they're indoctrinating our children to be global citizens. Right.
I want to tell you another story, too. 10 years ago, we had World War II submarine veterans in our VFW post 2995. Now there's only 4 out of 1,500. That's 10 years ago. Only 4.
Yep.
It tells you that we're losing this country. We're losing history. If we do not save it, we're going to lose it. And we're not preserving it either. That's one thing we're not doing. You got these guys with these damn iPads, these Kindles and these Androids and Apple iPhone 6. I mean, this is ridiculous. And Mike Hucklebee's also pushing for the Apple i6. But why is he doing that? Because we want to downgrade society. They don't want people to think anymore. Even though he says he wants people to think, he's actually promoting the nonsense, the garbage out there that we're taking this technology on, and we're just we're having ourselves forming our lives around this junk. Go ahead, Clint Didier. What can we do to make sure that, with technology and also with liberty and with freedom, that this is being compromised right now? How can we make sure that this does not hurt the Constitution any more than it already has already? Because this is destroying the Constitution right now.
Education.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying about even running for a position as Congress. I feel like every I ran for the U.S. Senate in 2010, and I learned a lot about our history. And I encourage all people out there, pick up the Constitution, read it. Read the Declaration.
Mm-hmm.
Read the Bill of Rights. Read the 5,000-year leap. Read these books that will educate you about what America's about, because you're not getting it in the educational system. And like I said earlier in the program, if we don't learn from history, we will repeat history.
Yep.
And we've got to teach our children. The only way we can teach is by learning ourselves. Every campaign, this campaign that I'm in right now, I feel one of my responsibilities is to educate people about what's truly happening in America, destruction of America. And if we educate the people, then we will return to the greatness that this country deserves.
Right.
Because there's been a lot of sacrifice, and if we, the people of this country, don't stand shoulder to shoulder and fight our way back to the light, to the truth, to our Constitution, and to the Lord our God, because this is a Judeo-Christian country.
That's right.
If we don't do that, then our children will suffer the consequences. And I'm begging the people out there, please educate yourself. Educate your children. Educate your neighbors. Talk to people. Quit taking the easy road and ignoring it, because it is not easy. Freedom isn't free. It is a sacrifice, and it is a responsibility of ours to pass on to our children.
That's right.
Don't take the easy road. Take the hard road, and let's make this country whole again.
There you go. It's about